Rafael Nadal's wife just broke her silence, and what she revealed about her husband, watching Alex Eala's comeback alone, has left the tennis world stunned. Mary Perello, the woman who stood by Rafa through 22 Grand Slams and his hardest tears, knows exactly what moves this legend. So what really happened the night Alex Eala survived a 3-hour and 20-minute war in Miami? That night changed everything. But here is the part everyone is missing. This isn't just about a win. It is about a student from Rafa's academy and a mentor who never looked away. His wife finally shared the truth about what happened behind those closed doors. Stay tuned because you are about to see why this specific moment hit them all so differently. To get it, we have to go back. Not to Miami 2026, but to a 13-year-old girl from Quezon City. She left the Philippines for Mallorca, Spain, carrying only a dream. Alex Eala arrived with a racket and an ambition most people called impossible. She walked into the Nadal Academy, where greatness is built on a breakfast of pure discipline every single morning. Every drill there carried the DNA of a man who ruled Roland Garros 14 times. Eala has been grinding at that academy since she was 13. For 6 years, she mastered the footwork and that relentless, punishing baseline game. She was not just a student. She was forged into a warrior in that environment. And Rafa, he watched, quietly respecting her space, but his eyes never missed a single detail. Eala told the media that despite his massive success, his humility is what truly stands out. The fact that he remains so kind to everyone is what she admires most about him. That is not fan talk. That is from a girl who lived and breathed tennis next to a living legend. She was in awe of the man, not just the trophies. Then came Miami 2025. A wild card ranked 140th started destroying the world's best. Eala caught a massive break with a wild card to make her big stage debut in Miami. It quickly turned into something much more historic than a simple debut. The rising star took down 3 Grand Slam champions, including Jelena Ostapenko and Iga Swiatek, beating 3 major winners as a wild card to reach the semis. That is unheard of. The tennis world went into a total frenzy over her performance. Filipino fans across the globe stayed up all night, glued to their screens as she made history. It was a sports moment that broke through into something much bigger. And Rafael Nadal, officially retired for only a few months, was watching every single point. He always kept track of her, but this was a mentor watching his student become a superstar. Once it was over, after she had written her name in the history books, Rafa did something he rarely does. He reached out to her personally and privately, bypassing his academy's social media to send a direct message. Now fast forward to Miami 2026, same stadium, but a very different Eala. She is no longer an underdog. She is seeded 31 and ranked among the world's elite. The challenge now isn't proving she belongs. It is proving she can stay at the top. Her match against Laura Siegemund was supposed to be a straightforward win. Instead, it turned into an absolute marathon. Eala fought through a 3-hour and 20-minute battle, the longest of her life, to advance. Over 3 hours under the brutal Miami sun, against a veteran who refused to give an inch, Eala started fast racing to an early lead. But Siegemund turned it into a grind, winning a 10-minute game that completely shifted the momentum. Eala had chances to close the set but could not finish. The first set slipped away. That is when most players crack. Now Mary Perello has never been one for the spotlight. Like Rafa, she is from Mallorca and prefers to stay in the shadows with quiet grace. She has supported him with a dignity that fans have come to deeply respect over the years. She'd witnessed it all, the legendary triumphs and the soul-crushing defeats. She knows her husband's every tell. Watching Rafa witness Alex Eala claw back from the brink in Miami, Mary saw a look on his face that had been missing for years. In a raw, candid moment later, shared with inner circles, Mary opened up about that night. Rafa was glued to the screen alone and totally locked in his phone, completely forgotten, silent and focused, just like when he used to scout his fiercest rivals. When Eala sealed that epic comeback as the young Filipina let out a roar on court, Mary saw his eyes glisten. No theatrics! Just that heavy, quiet pride that comes from watching something personal Something you built from nothing finally reach full bloom. Nadal once said, "I have a brave woman who has been my rock and encouraged me through every battle." In that moment watching Eala fight, it was bigger than just a game. Mary saw it. Rafa was watching his own soul live on through her. The definitive proof of that bond arrived on November 19th, 2025, exactly 1 year after his tearful farewell in Malaga. The King of Clay finally picked up a racket again, and the person he chose to step back onto the court with was Alex Eala. On the 1-year anniversary of his retirement, the legend returned to the dirt at his academy for a heavy session with the world number 50. 1 year later, and it feels incredible to be back. "Great practice, Alex. Next time I'll be even stronger," Nadal posted. Think about that. His first time back on court in a year, and he chose her. Out of every player at his academy, he called the 20-year-old Filipina who just shook up the world. Her reply, "Back like you never left." This wasn't a PR stunt. This was a master and his protege speaking the only language they truly understand. After a massive 2025, Eala proved she belongs among the elite. Following her Miami run, she posted that the city will always have her heart. Why wouldn't it? Miami is where the girl from Quezon City became a global household name. She's building a dynasty now, brick by brick, year after year. Despite a slight dip in the rankings outside the top 40, the upcoming clay season is her prime chance to strike back. The path isn't a straight line, but her foundation is absolute iron. Deep in Mallorca, the man who built that foundation is still watching. Retired, yes. Done with the tour? Sure. But he's more invested than ever. He poured his life into that academy, and Alex Eala is the ultimate proof it worked. Mary's story of Rafa alone in that room, eyes misting as his student refused to break, wasn't just a sweet anecdote. It was a window into a living legacy. Not a trophy in a case, but something alive, fighting through the Miami heat and breaking serve when it matters most. The grind, the sweat, and the refusal to ever give an inch. Eala said of the legend, "He is so humble despite achieving everything I could dream of, and his kindness is what I admire most." That's the real gift Rafa passed on. Not just the forehand, but the soul of a champion who stays grounded while conquering the world. The academy rolls on, the student keeps climbing, and the woman who knows him best saw the moment his life's work truly paid off. This is a bridge of fire from Mallorca straight to the heart of Florida. One retired legend, a 20-year-old Filipino star, and a torch finally being passed. She is grinding in silence, point by point, building a legacy meant to last. Rafa Nadal gave Alex Eala 6 years of discipline. In return, she gave him hope. The absolute certainty that his fire still burns even after the final curtain call. Mary Perello watched her husband cry in secret as Eala fought back from the brink. She knew the world needed this. We do too. Here is the big question for the comments section. Can Alex Eala hoist a Grand Slam trophy within the next 3 years? Is she the crown jewel of the Nadal Academy? Give us your take. Let's talk. If Rafa's vision or Eala's grit moved you, join the family. Hit subscribe now. We are just getting started. New legends every single week.